Hello everybody, this is Milagros. Welcome to Binah Tarot, and I'm going to be doing the tarot scopes for each one of the zodiac signs in regards to love for the month of January. Let's begin. Aries, this is your love tarot scope for the month of January. And the card we have in the center is the Temperance card. As we can see in here, it's a card that represents the sign of Sagittarius. So whether this has to do with somebody of that sign, Sagittarius sign, it is just a possibility because it's a general reading, but it can also have to do with trying to find that temperance, trying to find the equilibrium, the balance again. Last year has been a bit challenging in terms of emotional circumstances. And you might be feeling that there has been some disbalance created. So you are, during the month of January, trying to focus your energies towards regaining that balance for yourself so that you can start aiming towards something new, towards something different. Though I have the Three of Pentacles crossing, so it might... This tells me, because this is not precisely a romantic card, it doesn't have to do with romance. In this case, this card has to do with work. So whether, though you would want to take some time away, some time apart, some time to reconnect with yourself, you might not be able to because of work reasons, maybe too much work, maybe a studies reason, maybe you need to focus right now your attention in something that does not necessarily has to do with the emotional circumstances, something that preoccupies you as well. This, if it is not that, then it might have to do with building something, because this card has to do with starting to build some foundation. So there might be an issue, or you might be facing difficulties in order to build again this foundation for yourself. You might be pushing yourself a little bit in order to let some things go and just begin from scratch. There is no need to push yourself. Like the Temperance card is a major arcana, and it actually tells that the things are supposed to happen in a specific time frame. So it's better not to force them, to not force the circumstances to unfold in any specific way. In regards to the past, we have the Two of Wands, and the Two of Wands has to do, it's a very representative card of Aries. It is actually the card of the person who makes plans, who thinks in the long term, who likes the conquest, who likes the chase, the interesting part. You might have had specific plans, whether you're single or in a relationship. The things you planned did not come exactly the way you were expecting them to. So this progress in a way was a little bit, I won't say interrupted, but maybe in some way this changed or reorganized in a way that maybe doesn't feel very comfortable for you at this point. But it all began, this situation, whether it is that you are single. If you are single, then you might be single for a while, or you might be, even in the past from last year, trying to get over a situation and just look to a longer term situation. If you're in a relationship, then this card has to do with trying to make plans for the future. But right now, these plans that you're trying to make for the future might be interrupted because there are some other things coming up. In regards to the crown, we have the Star, and the Star card has to do with hope. It has to do with, nowadays, it's a card that relates to social media, so whether this is a person you might be speaking with through messages, through Facebook, all this kind of modern, technological kind of communication. But it also tells me that you want to begin this year like releasing in some way some of the energies that have been following you last year. You want to be more free. This is a card of Aquarius. This card has to do with finding again the motivation. You want, in your head, you're trying to program yourself in a way to find again the motivation, to find a way, again, the freedom, to find again the hope to make the things better for yourself. Whether you're single or in a relationship, this applies for any of the two situations. The foundation is the Prince of Cups. The Prince of Cups can be a person from a water sign such as Scorpio, Cancer, Pisces. But it might also represent the part of yourself that is feeling quite emotional about something that you were really trying to approach. You might have trusted or relied in your emotions. You might have offered or spoken about your emotions. You might have opened up to somebody else, and maybe the things did not come exactly the way you were expecting them to. So for now, this target, this situation that you are targeting towards still feels like it's not reachable. Like if you can see the picture, he still cannot reach that cup. So it's more of some sort of idealization still. You want to reach it, you want to approach it, but there is still some time. There are still some things that have to fall into place so that you can be aware if that reward, as you see it, is worth the effort or not. In regards to a current situation, we have the Three of Wands, which is the established strength card. So it tells me that there has been, even if you think the opposite, there has been some progress from the past month till this month. In the past month, you were in the planning stage. And although you are preoccupied and you are busy with so many other things that you have to pay attention to, there is also the part of you that wants to make a step forward, that wants to, like, you are a person that has a lot of, your will is very strong, and whenever you have something in mind, you really want to make it work. You fight to make it work. So you're trying to change, at least during this month, to make a difference in regards to what happened last year. This year, and this month especially, you want to be more consistent on how you want to approach things. You might want to talk to this person. Maybe in the past you couldn't. Maybe right now you don't have time, but at least there is an intention to speak to this person. If you are single, it might be that you are feeling, or you will, or you want to feel ready to start again, to start over new, to start a new relationship. If you are in a relationship and it has been going through some difficulties, then this means that you might be able to find conciliation with the other part, or advice. This card can also mean that you are having somebody who is advising you in order to gain some perspective into the situation. In the surroundings, we have the Four of Cups. The surroundings is the other person, in case you have a relationship. So whether, again, I'm getting indicators of water. It can be a water sign, or it can be somebody who has Venus or the ascendant in a water sign. If not that, or if not, at least with the characteristics, then it has to do a lot with the energy of the moon. These days, especially these days, the energy of the moon, as we were speaking in Cancer, it's making you super sensitive to emotional turmoil, to emotional circumstances. You feel that from the other side. You feel that you might be getting a little bit too affected, a little bit too concerned on the reactions or the way that the outside is approaching you, or the other person is approaching you. This can also mean that the other person is expecting too much from you, that has very, very high expectations towards you, and that you cannot fulfill all those expectations because you have a life of your own. You are not the type of sign who will give up your life or its own life in order to live for somebody else, or to give everything to somebody else. And it might seem like the other side is kind of expecting maybe more than what you can provide at this moment. Maybe you cannot dedicate the amount of time or energy right now because you have so many other things to sort out. And the other side might not be very understanding towards that circumstances. If you are single, then what you find, maybe the people that you're trying to date or to see do not feel like they are exactly what you want. It feels like something's missing. It might feel that you have not found the right one. And even if it feels like it might be the right one, then you feel that there is something missing. This card tells me that there is something missing, whether that you feel something missing from this person, or that this person finds that the dynamic between you and him or her is not the right one, and that they want to have further depth, insight on the situation. In regards to the unexpected, we have the Hermit card, and the Hermit card has to do, it's the card of Virgo, as we can see on the picture. It's though the card of reflection as well. It's the card of spending some time with yourself, doing things, more practical things, or even more spiritual things, but just being with yourself. You might find yourself alone, more alone during this month. Even when you're doing a lot of things, you might feel, especially during this month, you might feel that you are lonely. Not because you are lonely, not because there is nobody with you, but deep within, in some level, there can be a feeling of emptiness. And you might find yourself in certain moments of this month just wondering what is missing, what is what you want. Maybe realizing that you will need to be some time away, to take some time off from the situation, from the relationship, and dedicate that time to yourself so that you can think and decide exactly what you want. In regards to the outcome and the future, in the future we have the Queen of Pentacles, that has to do with the person who finds or tries to find guidance, tries to find a guide, a signal from life. But not only do you wish for that signal to come, you wish to see specific things from the other side. You are a fire sign, and you are really boosted by fire itself, by people who is really passionate and into it. But towards the future, especially towards the end of the month, you will try to find a healthier balance. You will try to focus actually on finding more stable things, more like the facts, not only the words, but the actual actions, the facts that can lead you to trust in somebody or to trust in yourself. There is some sense of maturity towards the end of the month. The outcome, though, is a Nine of Swords, so just try to not overthink this month. Try to not, like the Hermit is right below, and I think that you might, if you will spend some time on your own, some time taking a break, just try maybe to take a break from thinking altogether, because if you overthink, that is not going to lead to any kind of resolution. It's just going to make you restless in a way. This card can mean problems to sleep, it can mean discussions with other people, it can be a fight with the other person, it can be a fight with some other people that might be trying to get in between the relationship. Just try, there is a lot of miscommunication again during this period of time, so just try to not get overwhelmed by that. The miscommunication might be actual fights or actual exchange of words, but it can also mean miscommunication within yourself, because it's right above the Hermit. Just try to not overthink and to not get overwhelmed by your own thoughts. The advice card is Inner Strength, and it's pretty much self-explanatory. It's a person coming out of a lion's mouth. And the lion is one of the animals that represents strength. So this actually tells you to trust your strength. You are very, very strong. You are very determined. You are one of the strongest, can say strongest zodiac signs, actually. You sometimes it's difficult for you to have it all figured out, but once you actually have figured out the things, then you try to be consistent with that. Just don't forget that. Don't forget that we all go through hardship, through some difficult times, and we can get over it. We can totally rely in our inner strength to get over and to succeed in every hardship that we can encounter. This is just a general reading, and you can always check your ascendant, your moon sign, and Venus in order to get more information. Or you can book a private reading with me by following the links that I am leaving down below. You can have access to my 60-minute reading. It's a 65-minute reading actually during this month. It's an in-depth reading in which we can see further details on specific or general situations. There is also a promo that I launched for this month. It's my 30-minute reading, which costs only $29 instead of $35. This is an offer that is valid during the month of January because of the new year. Also, I launched a new contest, and you only need to share a Facebook post that I'm going to be linking down below as well. And you have to like my Facebook page and subscribe to my channel. Don't forget to set the privacy to public so that I can see that you have shared. The contest expires on the 15th of January, and I should be announcing the winner on the 16th or 17th. Also, I made a separate video, and unfortunately I could do it only in Spanish because I was really in a hurry. It was just a live broadcast. And during that broadcast, I was thanking everybody because I hit the 10,000 subscriber mark. And this is only thanks to you and to your support. Besides that, I am also explaining the delay on the yearly tarot scopes of the rest of the signs. I had to go on a trip, so I didn't really have the option to transfer the videos from my memory card to my computer as I was recording them. So when I tried to actually transfer the files, I realized that it was pretty much corrupted. They were corrupted. It was impossible to rebuild the database. So although I tried, eventually I just realized that I will have to re-record them from scratch. They are lengthy videos, so please bear with me because it will take some time. It was from Virgo to Pisces. So besides that, I really hope you have a wonderful new year. I have the best wishes for you. Thank you so much for liking, for sharing, for subscribing, for the comments and the support that you have shown me. And I really hope to see you next month again. Bye bye.